the first third of the game. Now Seager to right center field. Way back there. Gone again. Corey Seager does it again.
Welcome. Interesting to see Daily Sports Podcast News, Narratives, Takes, and Gambling. Pardon My Take has not been released yet on Wednesday. It was funny at first, but now it's costing Barstool probably hundreds of thousands of dollars every hour it's not out. And listeners, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Daily Sports Podcast. I'm Nick. What's up? I'm back after going to Monday Night Football, Lions and Raiders. It was super duper fun. Corey Seager hits a home run right there to make it 5-0. Texas goes up 10-0 in the game. I don't know, a million to a little. Then Arizona made it mildly interesting in the ninth, but this has become the most boring World Series of all time for two reasons. Reason number one is baseball's dying. It is what it is. Reason number two is there's no markets if the Phillies were in it. No, Philly is about the same size market as Dallas. It is. Sorry. It happened on the weekend, which we it's good to do things on the weekend, but also it was a great opportunity. College football was ridiculously boring on Saturday. Horrible college football weekend. Just boring. Oh my God, it was boring. But the problem is that these teams don't have stars. Like Sterling, or is this Sterling Marte? I don't know. Whatever Marte it is. He's a star? No. Corey Seager's a star? No. Scherzer was a star. Kind of. He was a borderline star, probably. In the baseball world, definitely a big star. Adolis Garcia is a star? Nope. Shohei Ohtani is a star. Mike Trout is a star. Bryce Harper is a star. Jose Altuve is a star. Stars matter. And nobody knows who the hell is on either of these teams. So, least watched World Series game of all time, according to ratings, which are sort of fake. But, I mean, pretty close. They're just really weird estimations. But, least watched World Series game of all time on Saturday night. Game 4 was boring. Texas but I will say this. It is really impressive from a sports standpoint, getting into the sports part of this. Texas has not lost on the road in the playoffs. In the playoffs. Okay, a lot of news to go through. Game 5 is tonight. Arizona, I don't know, fighting for their lives. I kind of think they're going to lose just because put them out of their misery. But please, for the love of God, make it interesting. I don't know. It's Wednesday. There's no sports on. Okay, let's go to the NBA trade deadline, which is months away. But what's not months away is the James Harden trade, which allegedly, the owner of the Sixers, Josh Harris, who also owns the Commander, more on that later. Apparently, the owners called each other and were like, let's get this damn deal done, right? Like as if they were literally going over the head of their GMs and being like, okay, you guys are screwing around. And we want to get this deal done. But then Chris Broussard, who works for Fox, went on TV with Nick Wright and said this about the trade.
He's going to mope, and it's not going to work well.
Nick, is the man retarded?
He said, he immediately apologized. Let's go into his apology.
Let me apologize.
This is so bad.
I have my first cousin. We just put him to. He died a few.
You put him to what, bro? You put him to what? You put your cousin down? Chris Broussard, check in with me later. Could be fired today. Speaking of that, Josh McDaniels fired. We'll get to that later. Did we go through the actual trade of the Clippers and the Sixers? Okay, here it is. Sixers send James Harden, PJ Tucker, Philippe Petruzov. I don't know how to say his name. I don't really care. Marcus Morris, Robert Covington. Shouts to Rocco. Robert Covington was one of the guys that slogged the Sixers through the process. Nick Batum, I don't know. KJ Martin, a 2028 unprotected first-round pick. A 2028 pick. Close your eyes and think how old you'll be in 2028. We have like 4 more drafts till that. You could be a college freshman and you would be in the workforce by then. And they get another pick in a million years from now from the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was a good trade. They got rid of Harden. I don't know what the Clippers thought that they were doing. And Josh Harris, super active on NFL trade deadline. We're going to go through this quickly. Chase Young, former second overall pick from the Commanders to the Niners. Just remember, quarterbacks are valuable. DNs are not as valuable. Chase Young was drafted ahead of Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert. Super great, smart move there. Also Andrew Thomas, who turned out to be much better. Chase Young to the Niners. The Commanders also traded Montez Sweat, their other sick defensive end, to the Bears, which is weird. His contract's expiring, so he might only play 8 games with the Bears. The Bears are weird, man. They're just guessing at this point. Vikings were really active. They traded a guard to the Jaguars for a 6th-round pick, and then they traded a 7th-round pick for Josh Dobbs. Very responsible. Josh Dobbs, quarterback from the Cardinals this year. He was traded to the Cardinals in September, started within 2 weeks or something. Really gutsy guy. Vikings had Kirk Cousins go down with an injury. They trade for Josh Dobbs to be professionals. This is just to be a professional organization. Jaron Hall, the 5'5", I don't actually know if he's 5'5", but he is tiny. The rookie is not ready to start for 9 games in the NFL. You got to treat your team with respect and go get a real backup, and they did. And they're tanking. They're giving up on the season, but it's just a responsible move. The 7th-round pick. Other stuff. Leonard Williams goes from the Giants to the Seahawks. The Giants, part of the trade was that the Giants don't have to pay him anymore, free up cap space. We also have Eagles get Kevin Byard. We talked about that. The Bills got cornerback Rasul Douglas from the Packers, and the Lions got Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver, from the Browns. Almost none of these move the needle. A big reason why almost none of these trades move the needle is because everyone in the NFL is super close together. Nobody's really out of it. 3-5 is one of the worst records. That's you could win 2 games. You never know. And then in the NFC, the Giants are bad. The Cardinals are bad. They traded people. Other than that, the Packers and the Bears are bad too. All of the teams that are bad, 1-6. The Panthers are the only team that didn't make a move, and they're smart. Keep your good players. But in the AFC, if the Broncos had lost to the Chiefs, maybe they don't trade people. Maybe they do trade people, but maybe they don't. Don't trade your good players. It's so dumb. We got a 3rd rounder for Chase Young. He isn't a big effort guy. I really don't care. I absolutely do not care about that. I simply don't. So, yeah. Okay. Controversial Wednesday. Let's get to controversy. There's the NFL standings for you. Josh McDaniels was fired. The Raiders are 3-5. I think they should put Rich Bisaccia in charge. They can make the playoffs. I'm telling you. People are closer than you think. So much crap to get to today. Iowa interim athletic director, Beth Goetz, announced that they are going to fire Brian Ferentz, but they're going to let him stay with the team for the rest of the year. LOL. His dad didn't have the balls to do it, which is funny to me. It's really funny to me. Okay. Let's get to controversial Wednesday. This Michigan cheating thing keeps getting funnier. Connor Stallions on the sidelines of the season opening game of the Chippewas versus Michigan State. Look at it. There he is. We don't know for sure if that's him. We don't know. Allegedly. The internet found these pictures going through stuff. The internet found them, and then they pointed it out to Central Michigan's athletic department. Quote from The Athletic. Central Michigan is investigating whether suspended Michigan staffer Connor Stallions was on the CMU sideline during the Chippewas' September 1st game at Michigan State, the school said on Tuesday. Those are screenshots from people going back and watching the game. Look at him. There he is. And gets better. Look at this. That appears to be him. And someone pause it. Look at that little blue thing. That looks like a camera because cameras reflect other cameras and light reflects cameras. If you're ever on TikTok and guys are showing you how to go through your Airbnb and look for cameras, that's how you do it right there. You just get the impression. That Jim Harbaugh may have coached his last game at Michigan. He may have coached his last game at Michigan. It might be happening. Who knows? Who's to say? Not me. It's not my job. I'm just here to ingest the entertainment. Huge shout out to Lionel Messi. Let's find him. Where'd he go? For winning the Ballon d'Or, which means the greatest football player in the world. Here's the announcement from David Beckham. Bex.
The 2023 Ballon d'Or France footballer is Lionel Messi.
That's Haaland and Mbappe, his co-nominees. There he is. 8 times best football player in the world. This seems like a legacy here. I don't think he's definitely not the best player in the world. Mbappe is definitely the best player in the world. But, won the World Cup and stuff. He deserves it the year he won the World Cup. I think that's what this is about. That's just my personal opinion. Who's to say? Okay, real controversial Wednesday stuff now, and I'm just going to touch on this. The hockey player that died, Adam Johnson, there is an investigation going on to whether or not it was intentional. And I saw rumors of this, and I don't have semi-pro footage from England at the time, but I saw rumors of this when we reported it. I don't remember when the story happened. It was on Monday. The people on the internet were like, yeah, it was on purpose. Someone did this on purpose. And then I saw the footage, and I played hockey at a high enough level to think that this was fucking on purpose. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm going to play it. We're not going to show any of the blood and guts. It's just a really quick clip, and if you want to watch on Spotify or YouTube, you can. This is a story from the Daily Mail. England authorities are investigating this for murder. The player who did it has an insane history of a lot. Like, he's the most penalized player, fights. He's been bouncing around from league to league all over Europe. So here it is. We're going to watch it. This is just the TikTok. TikTok's on silent. There's some shots of Adam. Okay, here it is. That's Adam Johnson, I believe. Now watch this guy. He, like, roundhouse kicked him in the face. Did you see it? One more time. It's crazy. He got him, like, up under the jaw and probably just completely severed his jugular. Like, that's murder. I don't know how England defines murder, but it looks like murder. Like, he was murdered. I played hockey. I mean, just at a small level, he was murdered. Sean Avery, a former NHL player, backs that up. It's bad. So we're going to find out more about that. I imagine this guy is going to be, I don't understand how the law is going to work here. People have been arrested in hockey games for other crazy stuff. But man, I don't know what's going to happen here, but he was murdered. That's my opinion, and I saw the footage. I played hockey. That's just like, never, your skate blade never needs to go above your shoulders unless you're on the ice. He kicked him in the face. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. All right, back and better than ever. Thursday Night Football tomorrow.